Casey here. How's it going? Let me flip this around. How you doing, everybody? Welcome. Good morning. Just trying to pull this back up. Welcome to those who are just coming in just now. For the replay viewers who are seeing this, you guys can, of course, heart it up and enjoy this broadcast while some of the live peeps are coming in the door. I see some folks coming in right now. We have some good folks coming in. Thank you, Kimmer Luna, for sharing with your friends. I really appreciate that. Can you guys hear me? First off, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear everything I'm saying. Ray, the video guy, is here. Awesome, you guys. Kimmer Luna, thank you so much. You rock. 1. You guys are here. You can hear me. 1. Clarissa, awesome. Okay, I hear you. Great. So let me ask you this. If this is your first time coming to one of my Periscopes, put in the chat below here, teach, okay? Caleb says, yo. Okay, put in the chat, teach, if this is your first time. And of course, if you've been here before, put in the chat, okay, I have a lot of new teaches, and I think it's because Kimmer shared this. Thank you so much for sharing this. And if you have been here before, put learning. Okay, if you've been here before, put in the chat learning. First time, teach. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. Learning, Freedom Hackers in the house. Haha. Yes, great, you guys. So, learning, Ray. Yep, I see a lot of some return folks as well. This is great. So, guys, do me a favor. Okay, so let me know your name and then where you're from. I'm going to be sharing a 10-step, essentially a 10-step system for more engagement and lead generation in your Periscopes. For those who don't know who I am, because we have a lot of new folks here, my name is Casey Zeman. I'm the founder of Easy Webinar, and I do Periscopes all about broadcasting, launching, and using the top engagement strategies for building your business. So I see we have Sonia from Chicago, Grant from Texas, Ricardo from Brazil, Vanessa from Oklahoma. Awesome, you guys. And please do, if you may find this valuable, if you feel like your followers might find this valuable, please do share. You guys can click over here, share this with your friends, your followers, and fans, or you can swipe right on an Android. I think that's how you guys see it. And then share to Twitter, or I think it's down on Android, right? So it's right on your iPhone and down on your Android. I believe that's what it is. Or it's swipe up, I can't remember. But please do share this with your friends, your followers, and your fans. I am going to be essentially going over 10 things that you can do in your Periscopes for more engagement, okay, and list building, because a lot of us don't even realize or think about the fact that Periscope is a wonderful way to actually build our list. And of course, the third is making sales, and that's kind of this happens because of the list building and engagement. You know, you just naturally get sales. So we're going to go over that. Build lists of highly engaged people. Exactly. So. Hi, Neo. How's it going? Good to see you guys. Thank you all for being here. Who's had success with Periscope thus far? For me personally, just to give you guys a little idea of how this has been working, when I first started on Periscope, I was able to get about 20 or 30 leads a day coming from Periscope, and then I could account for about $500 a day. Now, it may not have been directly from Periscope, but it is as a result of Periscope. So either people were coming to my Periscopes that were a part of my community, and I was doing broadcasting and connecting with them, and they were buying, or new people were coming in and learning more about me and coming into my list, which essentially had a free gift, and then it sold something at the end where they purchased. So that's how I have been doing it. So and it's been it's been working really great. Have you tried iContact as an email marketing system to email hundreds more than thousands of emails? I actually don't use iContact. I use Infusionsoft, but that's one of the things. When you build your list, you need to have. Hi, Casey. Love using Easy Webinar. Hi, thank you, Guy, to start up. I really appreciate it. When you're building your list, you need to obviously have a list building tool. So, I'm sorry, guys, I'm in my, Periscope has grown my community. Awesome, Stern. Great, great, great. I'm so excited to meet you guys, to talk more with you. Some call it Confusionsoft. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it can be difficult to learn. Infusionsoft list? Yes, you add people to your list on Infusionsoft, a list of subscribers. So they sign up to a free gift, and that's hooked up to your email system, whatever email system you have, such as Aweber, Infusionsoft, Constant Contact, right? And then they are added to your list. That's your email marketing list. And everything is in the list, okay? If you guys are, if you're doing social media and you have subscribers and you have your fans and followers, those people are not on your list. That, essentially, here's the thing. The money is in the list. The business is in the list. So you want to try to get people, you want to get people onto your marketing list, okay? Your fans, your followers, that's making that additional connection to where they sign up for something, that's when you see that they're more interested in just being, you know, sort of a looky-loo, or someone that's kind of on the peripheral of just being a fan. Does this make sense? So, awesome, you guys. Likes and fans don't spend money unless they are on the list. Yes, exactly. So let's do this. Let me talk about these 10 things. Okay, I have it actually in a PowerPoint presentation. So let me pull this up. And I actually just did this particular presentation just like last week at what was known as Vid Summit. So I'm excited to share this with you. The very first thing that I kind of do, and you know, you guys may have also your own ideas of what to do on a Periscope, but the very first thing I do, of course, is welcome the people that are joining, right? So I welcome them. Some things that I've gleaned from a few other folks. Is that the list behind you? No, that's not the list behind me. That's a letter that my wife wrote to the kids that we're adopting from Haiti. She wrote that because this is going to be the kids' room. So that's actually a letter that she wrote that we're putting on the wall for the kids we're adopting. So no, that is not the list. The list is something that goes inside your email system. I hope that makes sense. Was awesome. Thanks again for the tickets, Tamika. Awesome, Tamika. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Melt my heart. That's really sweet. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is going to be the kids' room, and my new office is going to be in the garage. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm dressed like this. I was literally just about to do a run. Thought I'd do this quick scope before, so thank you for dealing with me in my my tank top. So number one, you may want to write this down, and I can share this here. Let me flip my screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Now, it's just text at the moment, but I hope that's okay for you guys. I hope you're okay with that, but let me just do that very quickly. Yeah, just get a landing page. That's right. We can definitely talk about that, but the idea is that you create, and this is going to be the last step of this particular list that I have here, where you create call to action and you get people on your email list by sending them to something of value. Okay, you can't just say, hey, sign up for my email list. No, it's more so sending them to where they can learn more and get extreme value. First you give them value here, and then you give them more value. Does this make sense? So let me flip this over and we can kind of share this and answer someone I didn't catch. Yeah, so let's do this, and you guys can let me know what you think. Okay, so now I know you guys might not be able to see this, but the very first thing that I tend to do is I welcome. Oh, my computer just. Hold on. I know what happened. Wait for. Sorry. So sometimes, and I hate when it does this, but sometimes when I don't type, it shuts down. So hold on one second. Probably need to remove that. Okay, so the very first one is first welcome people who are joining. Maybe I'll just do it this way, and you guys can type it in. So the very first thing is welcome people who are joining. What I've also learned from some folks is you can actually say and welcome the replay viewers, because replay people are going to be watching this. They're going to be watching this as soon as this is over. So try to acknowledge the replay peeps as soon as the event starts, because more people are coming into the room. And what you can do while that's happening is say, hey, everybody, welcome. For those who are my replay viewers, welcome to this. I can't wait to share this information with you. You can heart it up during this replay as well. You know, and you can let them know. Now, I learned that from a few folks like Zach Spuckler I saw do that, Shailene Johnson, and, of course, Kim Garst has been doing that. So I really like that. Now, after you welcome the new people that come through the door, build anticipation. And this is, for those who don't know, I do a lot of webinar stuff. I'm the founder of Easy Webinar. So, this is stuff that I love broadcasting. I'm the best-selling author of Build Your Audience with Live Video. I've done a creative live all about this stuff. So I love this stuff. Okay, just so as an FYI, this not live? No, this is definitely live. So tell them. Build anticipation about what you are going to talk about. Okay, that's step number 2. Let them know what you're going to be mentioning. Okay, and if they like that topic, to start hearting you, to start like sending hearts if it's something of interest to them. You can also, after you let them know about what your topic is, and I think this is a good way to do it. Ask them to share with their friends and their followers and fans, only after you let them know if it's a topic that might be of interest to them. So I'll say like, hey, so I'm going to be talking about X, Y, and Z. I'm going to be talking about 10 things you can do in your Periscopes to create engagement. If you like this, share this with your friends and followers and fans. Okay, you can click on this little guy or swipe right on an iPhone or up on an Android. Also, if this is something you like, send hearts, okay? You can punch me in the nose or punch me in the eyes, right? So that's what I tend to say, right? I tend to try to engage as much as possible. I see I have more hearts coming. I see a yellow heart or an orange heart. Yeah, thanks, Ray the video guy, yeah. So that's another element of engagement that you can create. So then, after you ask them to share, what you can also do, this is kind of what I do that's a little different. I ask people, I want to find out who my new people are and who my existing folks are. So I always say something, and you guys saw what I said when I started. I said, if you're new here, put in the chat teach. And if you've been here before, put in the chat learning. Now, some people will say, hey, if you're new here, put in the chat new. If you've been here before, put in the chat bam or wow. You can really do anything you want. But, exactly. Oh, thank you. Teach. Awesome. So you guys, that's how I do it. I acknowledge the new people, because as soon as I acknowledge the new people, I tell them who I am, right? I tell them who I am. So because I see a lot of new folks, that's when I let them know what I am and what I do, right? It's almost like my elevator pitch. Great tips. Thank you. So great that people can share their gifts online like this. So empowering. Yes. So it's almost like your elevator pitch. Like it should be literally who you are and who do you serve, right? So they can just figure out exactly, what you're all about, okay? And then at that point, after that is when I jump into the content, the meat of what I'm going to be sharing during the presentation or during my Periscope or during, that's exactly what I do. I get into the value. And it should be valuable. It doesn't have to be a long scope. A lot of people ask me, does the scope have to be an hour, 2 hours, 15 minutes? It can be any time you want that has value to it. I always feel like value plus engagement is just the right mixture of awesomeness. Okay? That's what I think. If they also like the value, like I like what you guys are doing over here with the hearts, this is what I also say. If this is something of value to you guys, are you guys enjoying this? If so, send hearts. That's my way for me to know that you are enjoying this. I keep them short and sweet and to the point. Leanne, that's awesome. Yes, that's terrific. So this helps me to know if this is of value to you by you sending hearts. And that's a good indicator for you and your community. Say, send hearts so I can know if you guys are enjoying this. You're not begging for hearts. You're essentially asking for hearts to acknowledge if it's something that they're enjoying. So don't look at it like you're begging for hearts. Almost look at it like, I'm using the hearts as a barometer to know if you're enjoying the content that I'm providing. Right? Does that make sense? Give me guys, put a thumbs up if that makes sense in the chat. Put a thumbs up if that makes sense in the chat. And also, what do you think about this? Are you agreeing with me? Do you disagree? Put that in the chat as well. If anybody disagrees, let me know. I'd love to know a different way of doing it. And because there are multiple ways of doing this, absolutely. There are so many different ways you can market, you can build a community, engage with people. There are so many different ways. The way I probably wouldn't do it is drink a lot of beer and then fart on camera. That's just not my way, but some people might do that. I just would not do that, okay? Heart beggars, it's not the way to do it. Give them a reason why they're asking for hearts, why you're asking for hearts. You're only asking for hearts if it's something that you want to know if this is of value to them. If they're not sending hearts, you can say, all right, well, what would be of value to you, right? Hearts are also Live, not frozen. Me neither. Right. Awesome. Yeah. No, me neither. I don't want that. Right. So, okay. So now you do that. You give the valuable content. It could be any length of time. Beer and farts for hearts. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Okay, exactly. Now that could be a Periscope, but that's not the type of Periscope I want to do. I'm doing it for business, but I'm also being authentic. You notice I'm in my tank top, right? I'm not like trying to be buttoned up here, but that's because that's not who I am. You know, I have an online business. I run it by myself. I'm the CEO of it, so I can be as authentic as I personally am. Then that's the point of it. You know, just be your best self, right? So, okay. Continue to engage with those who are there at your Periscopes. Now, this should be obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. They just kind of talk over the people that are here. But the whole point of Periscope is to engage. That's the reason that you're here. I would never want to just breeze over what you're saying. How do you know what you think your audience will find valuable? Well, technically, if you are describing your Periscopes the right way, people will find you. Okay, the people that are interested in hearing about your Periscopes will find you, and then you engage them during the Periscope to find out if this is the type of content they want. Or ask them. A lot of people ask the same exact question: how do I know what my audience wants? The best way to know what your audience wants is asking them. Just ask them. Like, for instance, guys, who here wants to know more about webinars or automated webinars or live streaming? What type of thing could I help you with in my future Periscope? I have a list, and here's something interesting that you might find useful. I created a list when I first came on Periscope about 42 topics. Okay, 42 topics, and I did that while I was at the park. I just used my memo on my phone and wrote 42 different topics, and then and this was after I've kind of asked my community about what they wanted, whether it was like understanding more about Facebook, about webinars, about list building using engagement strategies, all sorts of stuff, launching, because I've done we've done high six-figure launches before using the power of online events and webinars. I have a really interesting stats of webinars compared to mini courses that are very interesting that a lot of people ask me about. So that's the type of content that I sometimes send. Depends on what level you are teaching on it, but always good with some reminders. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So let's continue on here. This is what is also valuable. Every so often, check in and tell them who you are and what your scope is about. Because here's the thing, guys. People come into these at different points. Okay, how do you find balance between... I didn't quite get that. You can send it again. But here's the thing. People tend to come in at different points. So repeat who you are again. So for those who are just getting here just now, we're talking about the 10 things you could do in Periscope to create more engagement, list building, and of course sales. And my name is Casey Zeman. I'm the founder of Easy Webinar and best-selling author of the book Build Your Audience with Live Video. We have over 5,000 customers inside Easy Webinar, and I teach broadcasting methods, launch strategies for building a business and brand that you absolutely love. I love more teaching on Facebook groups, how to not attract spammers but quality people. That's terrific, yeah. And here's one tip that I learned actually from Kim Luna, who actually was the first person that got me interested in Periscope. Hashtag what your Periscope is about, because you can oftentimes you can avoid a lot of the spammers from that. Periscope tips or webinar sales funnel. Awesome. Cool. And here's the thing. We're going to get to this in a second, but we're going to talk about the call to action, which the call to action is where I send folks into either a automated webinar or a mini course. Okay? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's continue on here. That's an interesting concept. Spammers are just learning they don't know better. Well, yeah, they don't. But at the end of the day, there are spammers that are going to be just completely, either violent or gross or offensive. Those people you don't want in your community at all, no matter where they are in their process. But it is about them, right? It's never about you. It's always about whatever they're experiencing. So just be aware of that. Work from home spammers, yeah. So after the content is over, right? This is after you've given your value. Tell them what they should do next so they can follow up with you, either your email, your Facebook group, or free gifts. So what I tend to do, I agree sometimes they don't realize they're spamming or trolling. So what I tend to do is this. So if I'm doing a topic about webinars, or if I'm doing a topic about, say, yeah, if it's webinars, if it's, say, Facebook ads or something, something around broadcasting, oftentimes I will send people to my webinar mini course, which is essentially, I'll say, hey, if you want to learn more about webinars, I have a course that has free download PDFs that you can access right away, 4 videos, and it's called WEBINARMINICOURSE.com, WEBINARMINICOURSE.com. And what I oftentimes do, guys, is I have people that are here at the event type it in. So I'll say, and type that in, please, WEBINARMINICOURSE.com. You'll get access to a mini course that will give you, literally it will teach you, first off, the 6 things that you can do in your webinars to create a 6-figure sales webinar, how to use the power of automated webinars and what it is, and how to launch using webinars. That's what that course is all about, WEBINARMINICOURSE.com. Thank you. So that's what I tend to do at the end of my presentations. I give a call to action. So it's either that, how do you find a perfect time to send a comment so you can read it? Yeah, that's the problem with Periscope, is that, you know, if people are moving forward here, they can't always read your comments. Befunky.com, good photo editor. So that's the problem. Now, the cool thing is that there are things that you can do, like you could take this and put it in catch.me to get the comments. I'm working on something specific for myself, too, that will help me with that information. So I'll let you guys know about that, you know, later on, where we're actually doing some cool stuff, trying to put some software together, and I'll give you more information on that later. But yeah, that's one of the problems, the comments. But, you know, try to get to most of the comments that you can, okay? And if you can't get to all of them, don't worry, and let your audience know, you know, I'm going to try to get to all of you. It's hard with Periscope, but if I can't, then, you know, come to the next Periscope and ask me questions, or ask me questions inside my Facebook group. So what I tend to do at this point is, if I'm saying webinar mini course, on webinar mini course I have actually a Facebook comment area where they can ask questions there. But oftentimes what I'll do, and this is up to you how you want to do it, I'll send people from my Periscope into my private Facebook group, my mastermind group. So guys, I have a Facebook group called Tribeminded.com. Tribeminded.com. If you go there, you can sign up. Then we have to let you in to get access to Tribeminded, and then from there you can ask any questions you want inside that group. That group is there so we can mastermind essentially on these topics about broadcasting, using the power of webinars and online events, and then launching your products and businesses. Some people seem to interrupt themselves too much, but if I love them, I don't care. Right, exactly, yeah. So that's the end of it. Make sure you have a clear, concise call to action. And then, you know, there's something else you could probably do. Thank all who came. Maybe give a hint about what your next Periscope might be, or, you know, a way for them to see you are wearing my kind of office clothes. Yeah, exactly. I know. This is the only way I dress in the office. So, and it's summertime, so it's like really ridiculously hot here in Los Angeles. So that's what I tend to do. I try to build up an expectation of what they can expect in the next Periscope. If I have an idea of what I'm going to do, or I ask them to maybe come into my Facebook group and tell me what I should do as my next Periscope. Like I say, if you want to let me know what I can help you with, to you, if it's about list building, if it's about, you know, autoresponders, webinars, you know, things like that, come into tribeminded.com and tell me what we can do for you there. Okay, so that's just some of the things you could do. And then finally, you should remind them to follow you. So they can click right here. You guys can click right here or swipe right and actually follow me if you want to see future Periscopes. Okay. And that's something you should definitely do in your Periscopes. Let them know that they should follow you, that they can follow you. If they enjoyed the content that you gave, follow me now. A lot of people tend to say, hey, follow me in the beginning of the event, because more people are kind of coming in. But I like to say at the beginning, oftentimes, now you guys can follow me, but what I often suggest is consume the content, see if it's something that resonates with you, and then follow me. Because I only want you to follow me if you feel like this is going to benefit you, right? So that's what I tend to do. I let them know that little phrase in the beginning, so that by the end, I can now say to them, if you enjoyed this, Did you enjoy this? I asked the question. Please do follow me. You can do so right here, right? And then it's at that point, they've consumed the content. They feel much happier with that. Any place home is when you feel good. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's Los Angeles, guys, so I have to, and I'm going to be running in a bit here, so I have to do this. So I think that's it, guys. Those are my 10. And I know you guys didn't get all 10, but if you go into tribeminded.com, I have this slide presentation I'm going to throw in there, okay? Tribeminded.com. If you come in today, it's this, I'll flip the screen around. I promise my computer won't break down on me this time or won't close down. So here is the, hold on a second. So here it is right here. This is the slide. I just did this slide presentation for what is the website. It is tribeminded.com. The slide presentation, I just did this for Vid Summit, and you guys can get the same thing if you come into Tribeminded. Okay? So that's if you'd like to get it, I have it. Here's even my list that I made. This is actually only 31 of the 42 because I couldn't fit everything on the page. Tribeminded.com, that's right. And this, of course, is my office. There's my microphone that I just recently picked up, my podcast mic. I used to have this thingy, and of course I have my Rode mic there, or actually my Blue Yeti. So yeah, that's just a couple things in the office. There's some lights right there. That's how things look here. And here's my crazy whiteboard that actually is just a it's taped on, not taped on, but it's adhesed on the other side, instead of just like a big whiteboard screen. I did that. So yeah, lights are nice. Let me flip this back around. That was helpful. If it was, first off, let me know. Was that something you guys resonated with? Let me know in the chat if this was something of use to you. Love your office. Thank you. This is going to be the kids' room. It's going to be a different color once they come over here. We're gonna do that. It's in my office is. Sorry, I hit my mic. My office is being tweaked right now. Yes, thank you. Good use. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to jump back to doing what I was doing. I'm working on a couple things. One being a brand new YouTube course. So I'm going to be busy doing that, and then I have a training with my mastermind students at noon. So that's a couple things that I'm going to be doing today. But for those who are brand new, it was awesome to meet you. Thank you so much for coming to my Periscopes. I love doing these. This is just one of my favorite type of things, is doing broadcasting. And please do follow me if you are interested in more information just like this. This is the type of stuff I like to do. I sometimes will do a couple like daily doses of inspiration. Most of the time, I do about 1 to 2 Periscopes a day. Just so you know, I don't flood you guys with 7 Periscopes. That's just not who I am. I also, I probably do at least 1 a day. I don't push probably 3 a day. In fact, most of the time it's 1 or 2. And with those, I try to provide as much value as possible. And of course, if you guys ever want to do Q&A stuff, we can do that as well. Inside Tribeminded, I'm going to be doing a business kind of, let's see what you would call it. We're just going to kind of do a business critique of one of our newest members. We're going to go through and we're going to look at their sites and talk to them about what we can do to kind of improve their overall brand and business and maybe just their mark, right? Q&A would be great. How much traffic do you get from Periscope or anyone? Me personally, I probably get about 30. Sometimes it's up to as much as 40 or 50 leads a day, but because of the replay, that's the benefit of it. The replay is out there, and you can actually get leads from the replay too. Or as long as as your Periscope has a call to action, people come into it, right? Especially if it's of value. Like for me, the whole point I created a webinar, automated webinar, and a four video series is so I could give people awesome content, right? So if you tell them that in your Periscope, they'll they'll use that to they'll go and find that. So yeah, the replay offers even more opportunity to get more leads coming in. How many call to action is useful? Just one? Yeah, if you have one mini course and you're doing stuff about it, that's fine. If you want to say send people to, a Facebook group, that's fine too. It's really how you want to do it. I tend to have 3 that I always do. It's my CaseyZeman.com/webinar, because sometimes I'll do I'll do stuff about automated webinars and easy webinars. So I'll tell people to go to my streaming automated webinar, okay, which is CaseyZeman.com/webinar, because then it will give them insight into how people are using our software. Like for instance, John Lee Dumas, one of the top podcasters, is using our software to do automated webinars. I had a conversation with Amy Porterfield just yesterday. She and I were on Skype. She's using Easy Webinar. She does about $2,000 to $3,000 a day from her automated webinar. And she just told me that yesterday. She was like, "Did you know? I don't know if I shared this with you, but I wanted you to know how we're doing with your stuff." And I was like, "Oh, great! How's it going?" And she was like, "It's $2,000 to $3,000 a day." I was like, "That's awesome! Good." So we will be going into one of her new courses. I'm going to be offering something through her course. Do you do affiliates? Your product will complement ours when it comes up. Yes, yeah, of course. If anyone wants to become partners, or we could talk about what that would look like. Absolutely. We have a partners page, partners.easywebinar.com, that you can go to if you want to, share the love, tell people about it, and of course make sales on it. So anyway, that's the type of thing. So 3 call to actions, what I generally have in my back pocket: a mini course, an automated webinar, and then the Facebook group. Okay. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who came here. Thank you for sharing. Kimra Luna, by the way, because I saw she jumped right in and she shared with her peeps, and she has a great following. She is definitely one to keep an eye out for as it relates to doing Periscopes. She has a mini course. She has a Facebook group. The only thing she doesn't have, which I'll probably get on with her at some point, is an automated webinar. So we'll probably do that at some point. She's not needing one right now, but at some point we might do that with her. I know she was using Easy Webinar for a lot of her launch stuff, right? So anyway, you guys rock. Thank you so much for coming. Say her name again, Kimra Luna. I don't think she's here though. I think she took off. She was here earlier. Sorry about that. Someone called. I know I totally did a thing where I didn't turn off my ringer. Kimra Luna, KimraLuna.com. That's exactly right. Yes, that's right. KimraLuna.com. Check her out for sure. And I'd love to follow you guys. I'd love to know more about you and what you guys do, such as Vanessa, who I'm now following. Did you have a Facebook group? Yes. So Tribeminded.com is my Facebook group. Tribeminded.com. Yep. And there's the kind of the letter right there. Yeah. Tribeminded.com. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get to my run, and then I'm going to hop into doing a little work here today for my students. So you guys are amazing. Automated webinars can be useful for everything. Yeah, I mean, they can be. I use them as a tool. Tribe as like build your tribe. Tribe is what it is. Tribe-minded. Tribe. I know it gets a little tough. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for putting that in. Tribeminded.com. Yeah. Automated webinars can be used for anything. Webinars can be used for anything. That's what you guys want to start thinking about. Whether you're an author, expert, thought leader, you have an HR department and you need to do internal training, automated webinars are great. You have a team, you're maybe an MLM, you have a team of people in your downline. Webinars are perfect because you can, with our system, you can take one webinar and clone it for all of your team members, and so they all have this list building tool, which is essentially a webinar. It can be an automated webinar, which streams in real time in your attendee's own time zone, or a live webinar. And that's how people use it with our system. Our system is very much like a learning management tool because it allows you to send off PDFs and buy now buttons, and it tracks all that data, sees how long people are staying on those events, right? And you can have follow-up sequences based on whatever they're doing, right? So that's about it. Okay, let's get a little boring marketing talk, but that's kind of exciting for the geeks here. I'm a professional organizer, not sure how to use webinars yet. you can definitely use webinars because webinars are there for education and for engagement. You are there to connect with your audience. Good, feasible webinars are hard to find. My hubby has heard of you. Oh, awesome. Well, great. That's terrific. They talk about you in B school. Oh, they do. Okay. Hopefully good stuff. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully they don't talk about me in my tank top. I'd be worried about that. So awesome. So that's, yes, you can. It's all about education. I think so. Okay, they talk about my tank top. Great. It's about education and engagement and building a know, like, and trust. And that's what a webinar, even an automated webinar, does. Now, automated webinar doesn't have the same engagement level, but they still have a level of engagement. Ryan is here. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, man. We are just Milwaukee in the house. We're just actually finishing up, but thank you for popping in, Ryan. I really appreciate it. And if you guys are just getting here just now, you can watch the replay. We just did an event all about the 10 things you can do in your in Periscope in your Periscope broadcast to have more engagement, list build, and then of course make sales from it. So that's what we talked about. You can check the replay. You can also follow me by clicking on this little dude, and we of course talked about my Facebook group, Tribeminded, Tribeminded.com, which is an area where you'll be able to get resources and where I'm going to have the slides up that we just shared during this presentation. It's Tribe with a B, Tribeminded.com, all one word. Okay? Awesome, you guys. Well, thank you. I'll follow you if you promise to always wear sweet tank tops. Yes, I mean, I'll try. I'll try to wear tank tops as often as I can. Another call that I just had someone come in. So I'm going to get going because I didn't put my phone on airplane mode, which you should always do, guys. Remember, airplane mode. Put your phone on it. Okay, they are sweet. Yeah, I don't have all good tank tops. This one is especially good. And if I wear it more than once, you guys would start saying, he's wearing that a couple days in a row. That's kind of gross. So I don't want that to happen. All right, you guys. Virtual high five. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks, Ryan.